I can't tell if we're live or not. Are we live? We look like we're live. Let's see. Oh, I didn't take the picture. I'm learning technology all the time. I was trying to do the picture thing with the Scooby Doo stuff to freeze it on the front. Hey, what's up, guys? I see people pouring in. I'm getting ready to leave the office. I've been working all week on an in person, and I wanted to jump on and talk for a little bit. I hope this is sharing live and rolling. Um, we have a lot going on. We have dispatching class coming up on Monday, so it's gonna be cool. I wanted to come on while people are jumping on. You guys can share these videos if you want to. If you don't want to, you can tell people to watch them later. We'll just keep putting them out there. We're gonna do more videos along the way as we open this brokerage and get the dispatching part going and start really get this new logistics group thing going with the guys. It's gonna be fun with Frank and everything. Um, Hell, I don't know if I got internet right now. It's working or not. But do you guys know why? Do you guys know why? Personally, why most trucking companies do I think why most trucking companies and brokerages fell? I get like tons of calls right from insurance leads and guys that want to do factoring with Operify because they see a post or people that are calling for dispatching or trucking classes or webinars or people that call me because Diane at Pacific Financial refers them to me because they started their brokerage, or maybe it's somebody that I run into on Facebook where I'll see them out there where they say they just took a class or they've been doing brokering for a year or they've been doing it for 2 years and they don't know what's going on, and just random situations like and I always put my phone number out there like it is over there on the side right there, 812-870. And I just like always being available. It's something that I've always done for like years. There's guys that I still talk to over and over for years. And, but I know, I guess everybody's busy or Facebook's got stuff locked. We used to have a lot of people on here when we gave out advice. I don't know what's going on with people. I mean, are we all like caught up, lost, and trying to figure out why the load boards suck? Is that what you're doing? Like fucking calling one retarded broker, protecting yourself from double brokering, and then your dispatcher's got no answers for you, but you're still indebted to them because you're pulling their trailer and you don't have one, you're scared, or you don't have no trailer, it's power only, or you got your box trucks and your hot shots and you jumped in and it's starting to freak you out because you were doing this much a while back, but now you're only doing this much. It gets, you think about every trucking company that I've talked to, and I've talked to a lot in the last 13 years, right? Oh, on the other screen, he carried check. That's cool. Awesome, Chris. And so I wanted to just come on and talk about like all these years. Everybody always calls me. They call me for dispatching service, or they call me for the brokerage stuff that we were doing. They call me for just general. A lot of people call me for a lot of people call me just because they're screwed up, or they got one truck, their husband's driving and a driver, and they don't know what they're doing wrong, or they got company trucks, or they never have owner operators, just all kinds of stuff. Or they can't, are they either a broker or they've never done trucking or dispatching, and they can't get no carriers to work with them, and then they don't understand why they're not getting customers. You know what I mean? And so as we're building this brokerage and I'm writing all this material out for the first time, and I got all these sheets of information. My brain's thinking like crazy. And I keep hearing what people say all the time. But I've came to a conclusion why brokers and really trucking companies fail. You know what I mean? It's weird because you think about it, right? A trucking company in general, a trucking company always goes, oh yeah, I'm not painting no truck, man. That's for you guys. You guys paint it. What's up, Roger and Layla? Hey, you guys paint the truck. Not painting trucks. They're selling trucks like crazy down there. You guys know. You guys check out some of the new trucks. Did he buy the Pete? Or which truck did he buy? You know, well, he's telling me what truck you buy. The reason I came on, it's crazy. I talked to so many trucking companies. Some of them are starting before. It's like usually three of them, right? Most of the people I talk to have already got it. Like Like majority of them have already got the MC number. Oh, the Pete, that's awesome. So most people have already got the MC number that I talked to, and then they're confused on the process, or they're right, or they're active and they really get going, and they've been going for a couple months. Sometimes they get the new people, like that are just getting in straight, and you have to help them from A to Z, a company driver, owner, operator, or somebody investing. Um, but a lot of times, most of the times, I get somebody that it's already a problem, right? They've been in business, they did this wrong, they have too much truck, they're missing money, this shots, they're only running Texas. I mean, all these different things. So here's the conclusion, though, why most people don't make it past the first year, right? Definitely not the second year. One, we can't sell. We don't know how to sell. Like, honestly, we don't know how to sell. This guy over in this one group keeps talking about relationships with brokers like assholes. It's anytime they break a relationship, anytime, and just sell it to a cheaper guy. And it's like, and I've seen customers where freight's changed. Like the products that they're getting gets more expensive, so they have to do stuff, or vice versa, or there's not enough volume changes. They don't need as many trucks. Sometimes it is because it's cheaper. A lot of times, though, it's still about service and relationship. Just like I've been changing, we're trying to get stuff done with Duke, and it's all automated. Energy. I called the water company, it's all automated. Called U-Haul, fucking automated. Like, only person that I've called that gave me service so far is fucking the gas company. And you start looking around, you think about these big brokers that don't have no relationships with carriers because they don't understand dispatching. They don't understand dispatching. Brokers don't understand what truckers need to get money. They just know customers have stuff and they sell it to a carrier, and then the carrier's free for all. And whoever's left, that'll get it. And the customer takes the rate. Hopefully, I make a couple cents. And then carriers are the same way, because if you're a one truck company, you can only make so much money, and you have nobody else to help you, and you're dictated by the load boards. And so my idea of it is, if you're starting an authority or a brokerage, and you're not gonna have no credit with your brokerage, and that to do it right, you to buy ecarriercheck.com, buy a TMS like Rose Rocket or Ascends, to be able to protect yourself. You don't have to go all out. I mean, you can use DocuSign type things and stuff like that, but there's things that you're going to need that are going to cost your brokerage probably about $500 to $700 a month. So how do you do that full time with no income? And then all the carriers are calling. They don't trust you because you ain't got no credit. And have to be while they're double brokered. So if you can't sell for a carrier or bring a product to them that you don't understand, how do you expect to get them to trust you to use you or be there when you need them? You know what I mean? So a broker should learn routing, planning, hours, restart, service, cost of operations of a one truck authority, and all these guys, so they understand why it's so expensive for trucking companies to move, and why they should put people in a bracket and then go service them with the customer with the rates. But they don't do that because people don't want to do the work. Isn't that crazy? You don't fucking do the work. None of you brokers do the work. Like, man, I'm a carrier for many, many years. So is Frank and all the guys on here. Tell me one time that a broker calls you up and says, "Hi, my name's Shaggy, and I want Shaggy's Logistics Group." The reason I was calling is because I see you guys got 10 trucks in Dallas. And, with your 10 trucks, it looks like you're hauling dry van freight. Mm-hmm. Do you guys haul for customers or brokers? Oh, you don't have any customers yet, just brokers? Have you heard of these customers right here? I'm getting ready to go sell them. And if I was going to go sell them and I was going to stay right around Texas, what would be your rate if you had one? What would be your rate to go over to Georgia and the Southeast? What would be your rate to go to New York City or the Northwest minus New York City, or up in the top? What would be your rate to run up in North Dakota? Do you even go? Oh, you don't go? And if I was to go get these rates for you from these customers and bring the freight back to you and be your salesperson, would you work with me? I would like to send Frank stuff. I just forget every time I have something in here. I forget. You know what I mean? So and so we just don't know how to talk, right? So we don't build dispatching before we start. We think we get our bond or brokerage and all that stuff. And really, I think you get a list of customers off LinkedIn and some phone numbers and maybe some volume, and then you just start calling all day. You don't know how to present their problem to them. You don't know how to tell them what lanes they're having trouble with. You don't even understand what brokers or carriers Yeah, every time I get some, man, it's just weird. It's like we run out. Like every time Frank wants one, we just like literally it's gone. Like I can't do nothing about it. I mean, I might have like 6 on my shelf at home, but they're packed already. So I just, yeah, I know it's crazy. It's Frank over here, the box. Yeah, it's Hey, so anyways, Frank's never getting nothing. All right, so the Melissa won't send it. So back to the park. This is why most brokers fail, and they don't have no help. You know what I mean? Because everybody's competing against everybody. They don't know how to present in the product. So well, we see this all the time. And then you're so dictated by putting freight on the load boards because you don't know how to have a relationship or sell for a carrier because you think you can't. You don't know how. So now you're dictated like that too, and making 5% with a fat or even 7 or 8 and losing 3 of it to your factoring company because you have no money. And that sucks. That sucks. You have to learn how to control the trucks until you can be bigger, unless you have a lot of money to go hire a whole bunch of people to send off as a call a day until you get your volume going and stuff like that. But how many people have that, you know? So it's very important to understand dispatching as a broker to learn the seasons, the maps, the lanes, the routing, what brokers are moving freight so other brokers can do what other brokers won't do and get the trucks and then go take it from them because the freight's not sitting there with a flag on the dock going, come get me, motherfucker, we'll work with you. You know what I mean? That's why most trucking companies can't get freight because they always go in and tell a guy, I got trucks. They're like, we got lots of carriers already. Or I'm a broker. Well, we've had 40 of them call me before you. What makes you better? Because I just started last week and I'm bulletproof. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. This is the stuff I hear. This is why you fail because you don't understand dispatching. Think about a trucking company, right? Let's talk about trucking company. Everybody, you start out with one truck. No, you're not bothering me. We start with one truck. There's only 5 people on here, and 3 of them is you. I just want to record it because it's on my mind. All right. So you start out with one truck, your company truck, or you got you're driving the truck, or maybe it's a company driver, maybe it's a box truck, straighter, sprinter van, whatever it is, oversized step deck, RGN, whatever your float is, a dump truck, in dump, you're hauling corn, bulk, whatever, milk, whatever. I talk to hundreds of people a month, and everybody I talk to always asks, what's your plan? What are you going to do? How are you going to make money? Do you understand how much you need for 50 weeks, not just to the day and tomorrow? That's why you're getting your authority, is because the people you worked before were only day and tomorrow. You got your authority to advance your horizons and be able to make multiple streams of income, go after customers, and be home, not work harder, be home on the weekend, be home during the week. So you think about it. When you go and open authority and then you're all set up and you hire a company driver, owner, operator, you're the guy, the very next problem you have is freight. And if you don't get freight, you're not paying the bills. And in this market, 1 week as a new authority, shit, 1 week missed, man. Like that's what, $1,400 to $2,000 a day that you need that you have to get from somewhere else, or you have to replace it. How the fuck are you going to do that? You haven't even started. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. I don't even know who said that, but that's what I'm talking about. 50 weeks, most right? Yeah. Pete, that is the truth. And you know why people are doing 50 weeks? Because if you would have started networking before you started and you would have done it specifically to an area like Columbus of fucking Ohio, let's look at William Triplett. So William Triplett would have came over with his trucking company and his warehouse and his 10 trucks or 5 trucks or 3, and he would have every day made sure that let's say he went from Columbus to Cleveland or Columbus to Charlotte or Columbus to Indianapolis or Columbus to St. Louis or Columbus to, I don't care, Chicago, Grand Rapids, I don't give a crap. Pick 5 or 6 places and then go out and back and then post that for like 30 to 60 days, right? And then really start networking with every broker that has freight in Columbus, Ohio, and all the way around, going out and back. Instead of just going everywhere else, I just want to go to those specific areas. And he was doing this before he even went active. He was just calling people. So instead of calling people and saying, "Hey, I got this load," say, "Hey, this is William, man. I noticed you guys got specific loads staying around Columbus. Is that something you guys have all the time because I have a fleet of trucks? Or is that something that you guys have more than once? Or is it just a one-time thing you just got? You know what I mean? And they're going to tell you. And you start getting all this freight. Then you start finding out, well, how long do I have to be in business to work with you, because we're going to have these kind of trucks. I mean, you're right here in my backyard. You start learning about making exceptions. But then you start learning about the lanes. And if you're willing to go after the customers, think about all these brokers that are just as big as you or bigger that are getting customers that have no fucking trucks, right? But and dispatching services with no MC numbers. Why don't we do this kind of stuff before we start? Why don't we look at the customers with the same size carriers already going in them in our own backyard and then do the same as them and go ask for the business? And if we understood dispatching, guys, then we would know how to go and find 8 or 9 other carriers where the customer picks up or where they deliver as a carrier and say, hey, man, I bet you're in the same boat I was. I went and fixed it, got some customers, but I see you're trying to do this by yourself. We just opened a brokerage and stuff, and I'm going to need some other carriers that live in the same area as me, the same size as me, going the same direction as me. Do you guys run these areas? It looks like you do. What's your rate? Well, what's the odds it's going to be pretty close to yours? Why can't you go sell that? I don't see anybody doing it. You talk to one carrier after next. Does anybody ever call and ask to sell for you so they can better their business? No, they just call to fuck me, take me, and screw me over. I understand. I get it. I'm just coming on, dispatching is so important. Like what these people are learning, where you just go and learn how to get your truck, your carrier packet and learn about, a little few things and, learn about DAT and truck stop. And then you learn, going this way kind of sucks sometimes and down there kind of sucks sometimes. That over there really sucks. Don't go over there. Try to stay right here. I get it. I know. Because I ask people all the time, every day, do you find 10 to 20 new carriers, 30 new carriers that are in your area, the network, to see what they're doing on a daily basis between 12 and 3 when you're not busy with your brokerage or trucking company? So you guys go on there and call 20 to 30 new brokers in certain places that you want to run specifically just to find out who they work for, what they move, and what they're up to. How many times are you finding more and more brokers don't, or even anybody, they don't put their customers, like we just found out a customer the other day that's pretty big that always used to work with carriers. Something must have happened because fuck, they had the loads with a broker with no trucks. And the lady gave us all the information, like everything about it. And then the one thing I needed to know was it's no longer just assets. Now brokers can go there too. And I know this company very well, and I know their lanes and what you have to do. And some of it's touch freight, some's light, some's drop trailer. And I'm just licking my chops because it's right down the road. And so the idea of that, I already know these multi-stop loads and where they go and stuff. And so if these people are in there, and if I go and get, I don't know, let's say I go and get 70 trucking companies that are tired of load boards within a 100-mile radius of this town, and I go to them before I hit the customer and I have their names, what's the odds if I was to do that, get all that help, commitments, that I'd be able to do something for that customer? I mean, these guys got lots of loads, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We're going to do it anyways, and we're going to tell you about it as we do it. Me and Catfish and Frank and guys, and somebody, Kyle and, and Marie and stuff like that, and Jared at eCarry Check. We're going to be doing a lot of this stuff coming up here real soon with Shaggy's Logistics Group and G3 Services and all that stuff. We're going to do some live videos, go rolling around. We're going to get some shirts made up like Shaggy Scooby-Doo type thing, and some little gift cards with like Subway stuff in it, and just go pop up at customers randomly that we research. And we're just going to walk in and say hi and give them a shirt, say, hey, we got the car outside, And then right when they say that shit's really cool, I'm going to look at them and go, and the reason I'm stopping by, I know you guys make boxes, or you guys do flour for the bakeries going out that way, or you know you guys do steel ingots, or you guys do coils, and I know you do this kind of stuff. And I'm then right after they're still excited. I'm gonna say I noticed you guys use flatbeds and you like drop trailers, but you do live load too. And I noticed you guys are having trouble with freight going in these areas right here. As a matter of fact, we have a whole bunch of trucks that are available in this area. It's crazy how many that would love to be working for you. I just don't know. Do you guys work with carriers or you only work with brokers? And then I'm just going to stop and I'm going to ask everybody that same question in every building I go to over and over and over until I get all the information I need. And then eventually I'm going to get to the right person and tell him that same stuff with a few more pieces to it. And he's going to be having a really bad day. It could take me 4 or 5 tries. What if I'm lucky the first time? But I'm going to go and get the trucks and have people ready to dispatch before I do it. Before I even start the process with a brokerage, I'm going to have dispatching and brokers slash dispatchers ready to go to sell, because I want to go after the customers. I don't want more brokers. The only reason I want to find more brokers, which we're talking about brokers being not know what they're doing, because brokers that don't have relationships have to put their shit on the board and use random people. They deserve for their freight to get taken. Lazy motherfuckers. Just what I'm saying. If you're putting it on the boards, you don't deserve to have it. So, anyways, why do most carriers and or trucking companies and brokers fail is because they don't understand their product and how to pay for it and for 50 weeks and how to build consistent relationships. Sometimes, those guys are right. Sometimes you need 35 different brokers in Indianapolis with freight going to St. Louis because 25 of them lost their accounts for a minute. So we've seen the weirdest shit. That's why every day, if you have a dispatcher and you're not doing at least 20, 30 credit checks on new brokers and getting email networks up, and I'm not talking about just brokers going all over the place. I'm talking about brokers that you found that are posting in directions that you want to go in, not just today, but 30 to 60 days out. And at least call them and find out what they're shipping. It's coming out of your own backyard. And most of them don't have trucks. You motherfuckers got 10, 15, 20, 30, and 40 trucks and you can't get freight because you're too scared to walk through the freaking door. You don't understand proper dispatching. They got you all brainwashed out there, that DAT load boards, and that's all we can give you because, the market's down right now and you got to haul cheap freight because if I hang up, I'll just get another truck down the road because they don't want, that shit's stupid. We shouldn't have to put up with that. Lack of education, I guess, and it's because you see these guys out here with these big trucking companies pulling other big trucking companies freight because they're smart. They network. You have to keep your trucking company going. You need that 7,500 every week. You need that 8,300 every week. You need that 10,000. You got to keep looking for the next opportunity all the time. You can't just sit there and get comfortable. And then you got to keep multi-stream or multitasking. You got to learn how to make residuals. You need 7, 8, 9 legitimate incomes to cover one. Sometimes trucking's down and the other part's up. You think about it. Check this out, right? I'll do one more thing for you. If I was to quit teaching and doing everything right now, and I found 10 guys, I could find 10 guys in less than 30 days that I actually like that run east of Ohio, west of Kansas City, south of Highway 40, nothing west of Detroit, Grand Rapids, Green Bay, all the way over to Milwaukee, across to Minnesota, down Highway 35, right there with Kansas City, right about the Shreveport, Little Rock, straight across Memphis, all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina, up to Highway 64, back to Highway 77, straight up into, Cleveland, Ohio. That area right there specifically, you know what I mean? I would charge them $300, 10 of those on a weekly average. So I need like 15. And I would only take guys that lived in that area. And they would pay me $150,000 a year. But the whole problem is I don't want to do that. Now, if I can go and open up Shaggy's Logistics Group and find 10 guys that all pull reefer freight and want to do reefer up and back for me this winter coming in November. Let's say I did that, or vice versa, flatbed stuff for out of Mississippi going over to Baltimore, back to Mississippi with different customers. I did that. So the reason is I want trucks that fit the freight because I want to be, if I give a carrier what he needs to survive, everybody's like, well, no, you're taking from the top. But I'm a business guy. You can go do it yourself. Your whole job is to take care of yourself. Go book your own freight. Go get your own customers and do it. We're teaching you how to do it, and you still don't fucking do it. So if I go out there and get the customers and you need 8,300 a week and I give you 8,300 a week, but I made 9, whose fault's that? Is why I have to give you the other part? You didn't do it yourself, but I gave you the 8,300 that you needed to make everything you ever wanted for the next 50 weeks because I went and did the work that you didn't want to do. Hell, you might even gave me the rate cons to do it. So you think about a truck at $8,000 a week or $7,000 a week. That's what, 350,000 plus a year. So if I could make 10% or 15%, or even 8 or 9% off the top of that freight, plus charge them the dispatch, shit, that's like $350,000 to $500,000 a year off the same 10 trucks. And I virtually don't own any of the businesses, right? But the stupid part about it is while I'm brokering and dispatching, I'm going to have like 5 guys call me, right? Because I'm doing a really good dispatching product. I am selling what I can back up. So now, next thing you know, these guys start calling me like, hey, Shaggy, man, you're a really good dispatcher and broker. The carrier I work for kind of sucks. Can we lease on you if you had authority? You're like, well, you're out of Indiana. If I wanted to open authority, not own the trucks and make even more money, another 15 to 20% off everything that's already going on, why don't I just do that? And, you start thinking about all these different things that you could just do yourself and have so much fun. And you try to teach people how to not get taken like this and to be this kind of wheel with these different streams from even residuals too. And everybody just goes back to their box. Right on the head. Right on the head. Because it can't be true. You can't make $50,000 plus a month off residuals and not even go to work. You can't do that. It just takes too much time to add to my schedule. We talk all day long to everybody about everything that's wrong with the industry, but we never connect anybody to fix the problems and get paid. This is so stupid. Hey, don't worry. I'll collect it for you. And there's other people out there doing it too because you guys leave it on the table. So I don't know what people are doing. Why don't they learn dispatching, multi-streams of income, and how to cover the process of what they're starting with their trucking company or brokerage before they start? Anyways, I'm going to stop talking because it's like 28 minutes and I'm boring everybody to death. Hope you guys like my video. The ones that are watching, share it. But answer yourself this: like, why aren't you changing your process and getting some help? Why don't you call me so I can show you all this stuff I just rattled off and learn how to do it right? You know what I mean? Just like the freight sales class we have coming up, man, it's gonna be stoked. Me and Jared and Frank and other people like Kyle and Marie, man, we are freaking stoked. Even Catfish is gonna jump on there. He's so smooth, man. Molasses got nothing on that guy. Either he does that hair stuff where you slip it back a little bit and stuff. You know what I mean? Well, it's gonna be so much fun. What's up? Dadoosh. It's going to be really cool to be able to do that 4 days next month in August on the 10th, 17th, 24th. We'll be doing it from like 10 to 3, maybe 5. It just depends. And it's going to be really cool to do those calls to brokers. Like we were sitting in here yesterday with the students that were here, and we were just calling brokers. It was like, because everybody always calls brokers, and all they think they're supposed to say is, when's the hello? I was calling on the load. Can you tell me when it picks up? Can you tell me when it delivers? What's the commodity? What's the weight on that? And then right before you get going, the broker says, yeah, what can you do that for? And you're like, I don't know. What do you got on it? Well, we'd like to be around something like this. We get a lot of calls a little higher, but this is where we need to be. Well, could you do $300 over that? Or maybe 5? Well, no, we could probably come up 50 to $100, but and that's like you see everybody do that. It's like, oh my God, man. Or the smart ones are like, yeah, I read the details on DAT. How much you paying on that, man? Well, what are you doing for? I don't know how much you paying. Well, you don't know what you're doing for? I'd like to know what you're doing it for first. I forgot they do ask what the miles are sometimes too, right? So you're a carrier that can go directly to customers. No one said. Yeah, I think you guys don't know this, right? You call the some have corporate offices, then you work with the locations. Some you can go directly to locations. Some, you know what I mean? Is there some are outbound, some are different things like that. There's some freight, they manufacture it, they send it, so it turns into another product, then it goes somewhere else, and both plant has stuff that comes back. You know what I mean? Anything changes on the market level, I decided to remodel my house till whenever. It happens. Some guys can do that because they saved their money when it was good and they have I get it. I know a lot of guys that park it. So I don't even know where I was going. That's crazy. I just don't understand why people just don't do this stuff, man. I like it's this process is not this hard, right? You set up a little outline, you put a little routine because it's hard to stay on routine. And then no one can wear all five hats, and we don't even understand all five in the first place. You know what I mean? We're like this doing one because we're one truck company. I just don't get it, man. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand why people are doing it so much harder than why. Like, it's like, would you, if you started a trucking company, you didn't have to buy trucks and waste $100,000, and you could have helped other people that wanted to buy trucks, and you still didn't have to waste $100,000, only like $20,000, but you're going to make $100,000 when you're only going to make probably 50 or 30, maybe 70. Would you do it? Well, fuck yeah. Well, why are you driving the truck with two company drivers on it? Uh, you guys tell me. I don't know, man. Me and Frank get on here all the time and go, please don't do this, don't do that. And then when it comes back to it, you're like, did you do the homework? Do you actually do homework on it? Why don't should I do homework, man? I'm not graduated high school like fucking a long time, and I got masters in college. I don't have to do homework. I don't need to do any research on anything. Uh, I, Most great businesses die because their customers stop coming or they don't have any. So you always got to keep adding more for the ones that die. Hmm. I don't know. I get it. I don't know, man. I don't know why people start a business and don't ask themselves, honey, what happens if our used truck we just bought for a cheaper price than the one with the warranty breaks down the first week? We only have like $8,000 in the bank. Well, the worst thing could happen is this part right here, but that's not going to happen. Oh, honey, remember the first two loads that canceled on you? So you had to sit 2 days because you need a certain amount of money and no one would give it to you. Now you're on your third day out and your first week out. We're already behind and there's some bills coming up next week. Well, we just used our money down to $5,000. So hope those other parts don't get got. I don't know. I just don't know why people don't plan ahead and know exactly what they need per day, per week, per truck, individually, why one truck pays for the other one, and they don't know how to build that product before they start, and why we don't ask for customers. Man, I was that guy. I hated it. And then when I did ask for the customers, I gave them away to everybody all the time. I told everybody else how to do it. And then I took it back from them. I was so dumb. Anyways, that's why trucking companies and brokers fail is because they don't build their product, understand their cost operations, and understand dispatching and diversity of multiple streams of income and have a plan before you start. And will you start taking care of that before it's too late? Are you too far in where you can't change right now? You gotta just keep on that truck, get another truck, get another truck, get another truck. Or you're ready, are you tired of the drivers and all that stuff and you're ready to learn a better way? Are you tired? Or are you that person that's got everything going on and you know you need to get customers, but how do you cover those customers and what do you do with it besides load boards and how will you cover your credit? And then you need to make sure you learn about liability and how to make sure you control your days to pay and control those assets so you don't have to risk this because you got to get customers and you need somebody to help you because there's always going to be that time, whether it's your truck broke down or that customer wants you to do more and you're not going to be there to help them and somebody else is. Anyways, I'm done talking. Hope you guys enjoy what I had to say. You guys have a really great day. I'm going back to camping and moving and whatever else crazy stuff we have to do right now. And lots of phone calls, and they're blowing us up. We have like 6 spots left for the freight sales on August 10th, and we have like I'm thinking 7 for dispatching on Monday. Learn. I mean, think about it right now. Two things. If you watch my video and you're running a trucking company, right? How many brokers do you find on a daily basis, or how many brokers do you really have, or really know that's out there? How many customers are you really researching, and are you sticking to specific areas? Just like when you started, did you have 100 brokers or even 30 customers that you contacted to use with your specific type of equipment that have freight that you like before you activated your authority? Did you even try to run your truck without a truck and know that you can make yourself that kind of money to? I mean, you have to do this to build a product so you can sell, right? You can't sell freight chasing. It doesn't work. You can't sell it to customers because you're never there when you need them. But sometimes you will be, you know. And not every customer is what you want to. I want customers to specifically have what I need going to this area, and then and for well, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, guys, check out our classes, change your thing around, get your control your business, and learn how to get out to people and tell them exactly what you want. You're missing out. You get so caught up with C.H. Robinson, DQL, Outline, Landstar, Coyote, Echo, Edge, Libc, and all those guys, man. You know, you can ask them. You're talking to a carrier service rep. You're not even talking to the broker. And half of them, all they're doing is reading stuff off the screen. That's not somebody you build a relationship with, anyways, just so you guys know. Peace out. See you guys in class next week. See you later on. Don't forget to check out Braden racing this week, Spirit Week. He's rocking and rolling, he's 18, rocking it across Indiana, like 8 races in 9 days. But take care of you guys yourself. And it's sad seeing so many people that are going out of business right now because they relied on dispatchers and brokers that were offload boards or vice versa. And they didn't build a network. They didn't do specific lanes. They're getting caught paying ridiculous breakdowns in places, because they're not even aware they're at. They still have 2-hour orientations, and their guys are screwing up their authorities because they're desperate, have to hire everybody. Anyways, don't be the person. Later.